I am at Eisenhower Park off of Northwest Military, right outside of the Camp Bulls gate. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Of course, this is my first hike wearing all my gear as I prepare to climb Pikes Peak, and well, looks like rain. So training in peace to fight in war, right? But this park, we're going to do the Salado Trail. It is 20 miles long. I am not doing all 20 miles. Probably gonna go 6 out and 6 back, depending on how the pack's feeling, so I can work on adjusting things and whatnot, get used to it. So once a week now, I'm going to start going on different hikes and trails through state parks and city parks to start building up my endurance with a pack. And then during the week, I will do without a pack, building up my endurance that way. So let's go check out the Salado Creek Trail. So when you leave Eisenhower Park, you actually have to cross the street to get to the trail. Now, I hope I can't go that fast, but maybe I will. We'll see if I can go 15 miles an hour. Maybe I'll do 20 miles and back. All right, so I'm on my first mile in. Everything's feeling good. The camelback feels good on my back. It's like nice and little cool spot. So along the trail, they have these little markers every quarter of a mile, which is cool, but it gets tiresome too, because I'm tired of looking at them already, and this is only my fourth one. So it breaks down all the different trailheads that you have going what way, and it's really cool. It's very scenic. If you're allergic to cedar, I probably wouldn't come and do this, because as you can see, there's a lot of cedar along this whole trail. Well, it's kind of boring now because apparently my earbuds didn't charge. Can you hear this? Yeah, I can sit here and hear the electricity running through these lines. There's a low water crossing here, so if there's water coming across it, don't cross it. Turn around, don't drown. That's San Antonio's saying. This is cool. So I'm at mile marker 2, and they have this little assistance button here. It's powered by solar, so you don't have to worry about power ever going out. So if you ever have an emergency on this trail, you know at least come to number 2, mile 2, and you have a phone, but cell phone signal works out here too. And between the 2.5 and 2 3/4 miles, you're going to come up to a T. It breaks off to a different trail system. If you want to do the Salado one, you need to stay straight. We're probably about halfway to the 1604 interchange where we cross up underneath 1604, but we're in a nice shaded area right now, a lot of trees. So in the summertime, it's probably going to be a very welcoming spot. Had a lot of bikers, a few joggers. Haven't come across any other walkers that are walking back or passing me or I'm passing them. But this is a Sunday, and I got on the trail right before 8 o'clock. So not too busy on it so far. In between mile marker 3 3/4 and 4, you're gonna have another trailhead that's gonna break off to the right. If you're doing the Salado one, keep following the trail heading to 1604. Now, if you don't want to start at Eisenhower Park, you can come up over 1604 on the east side. There's a little trailhead pickup there, and there's 2 porta potties there. So if you need to go to the restroom and you're along the trailhead, mile 4 is where you need to be at. And if you only want to do 16 miles or whatever, you can branch off to the right. If you want to do 4 and then back, you break off to the left. So apparently I am walking at a safe speed. Not sure that I'm doing 5 miles an hour though. But hey, that thing's telling me I'm doing 5, so 5 it is. But I'm not. We're at the 5.5 mile point, and they have a cool little water station here for you and a little sitting area if you wanted to kind of go back up here. There's some rocks you can sit on, but they have the trail house or trail map right there too. So a lot of cool stuff around here. So got 1 more mile to go till I hit my turnaround point. Well, I've made it to mile marker 6.5, which is actually 13.5 because I started from the back end of the trail. So if you start from the front end, it'd be 13.5. On the back end, 6.5. So I'm doing 13.1 miles. It's actually going to be a little bit more than that because I want to simulate the distance going up Pikes Peak. I can't simulate the altitude, but I can at least do the distance. I want to see how the gear is feeling. Feet feel fantastic. My back's doing pretty good. And the equipment's holding up. I did have a malfunction with my poles, so I've been carrying them. I was going to take a little breather here, but there's nothing to sit on. So a little bit around the corner, there's a couple places to sit. So I'm going to walk back there, grab a little snack, put these up, and keep my pace going. Right now I'm at a 17:05 minute pace, which is not too bad. It's not the 18th Airborne Corps standards, but I ain't in the 18th Airborne Corps anymore, so it'll just have to do. So after a quick 5-minute breather here, didn't even sit down, basically just put my poles up, readjusted my bag a little bit, the straps, and I'm on my way. Let's go. What's cool about this trail is, I know you won't be able to see it, but over here, there's actually like a mountain biking trail. So I've seen a lot of bicyclists start going through there. So if you like to mountain bike versus pavement bike, they've got that here too. I just passed the 19-mile mark. I got one more mile to go. Doing pretty good. My arches are feeling a little of this wear and tear on it. I think it's time for some new shoes. Past few days, they've been kind of hurting me when I got off the treadmill. I just been through 4 continents with them. They're like friends of mine. They've carried me across the globe. But maybe it's time for them to PCS and move on out. Well, about 16 minutes and 36 seconds is what I've been keeping for a pace on the way back. So I got about 15 and a half more minutes and I should be there. All right, let's talk about traversability. Now for traversability, I'm going to look at how easy it is to walk, hike, bike, backpack, bear crawl if you wanted a bear crawl. And on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm going to give it a 5. It's concrete the whole way. But if you mountain bike, they do have like little offshoots that you can go down to mountain bike up and down the hills and through the creek bed and stuff like that. And if you like to hit the gravel trail, they periodically have gravel trails. So I would give it a 5 out of 5. Let's talk cleanliness. Now this one, I'm going to give it a 4.5. If it wasn't for the fact that some people just don't know how to pick up after their dogs on the trail, I would have given it a 5. I didn't see any litter at all. Every couple miles there is a trash can. There's actually 2 trash cans there, so just in case one's full, there will be another one there for you. So it's very well maintained and clean. So I'm going to give it the 4.5 out of 5 because some people's dogs, their owners suck. Let's talk about safety. So on a safety scale, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Now the reason why I'm giving it a 4.5 out of a 5 is because you are walking for a quarter of a mile between call posts. And you know, if you're walking by yourself, sometimes, especially in the morning, it's probably sparse for people around there. So I would say safety wise, that kind of knocks it down a little bit. But if you go during the day, you shouldn't have any issues. So I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Let's talk creepy crawlies, because I know some of y'all don't like the nature because of creepy crawlies. So I'm going to give this a 4.9 out of a 5, because the only creepy crawlies I saw were some roly-polies coming across the sidewalk and 1 caterpillar. So nothing lethal, so you'll be fine. The final thing I want to talk about is the ease of it. From easy to moderate to difficult and anywhere in between, I give this a just harder than easy. Only because if you start at the end, where I did at Eisenhower Park, it's slightly downhill going. So much so I didn't even realize I was going downhill. But on the way back, that whole pretty much 6.5 miles back was in an incline. Some of them go higher than others, but it was pretty much a consistent incline the whole way up. So if it was purely flat, I would give it an easy. So I'm giving it just like one little notch above easy. but I still call it easy. Just not super easy. Not like Space Force easy. It's kind of like Air Force easy.